I already told you, he betrayed us all. Well, there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it. It's just that I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time. Of course not, how could you? I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them, and I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left. She had courage, and she was stubborn. A little bit like you in that respect. Never talked her out of anything once she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. I had planned on leaving soon, to join her. His name was Dustle, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin, and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, that's the story, for what it's worth. I've never talked about it before to anyone. Suppose it's time I finally did.
How can I help? Yes, I did end that quite abruptly, didn't I? Perhaps a master could have addressed my questions with the proper wisdom, but I never should have brought it up here, not with you. Part of my purpose on this mission was to guide you in the way of the light, to help you avoid the temptations of the dark side. But I fear I've failed in that task. I don't think I'm the proper Jedi to guide you. I am no master. You should have remained with the Council. Perhaps you're not being truly objective, then. There's no need to spare my feelings on this point. The fact of the matter is, I have never possessed much skill at controlling myself. With the bond that joins us, it seems I have even less. You have maintained the path of the light side, but it has been in spite of my influence, not because of it. It's increasingly obvious I am unable to guide you properly. That's kind of you to say, but I think the evidence speaks for itself. I think I may have made a very big mistake. I simply hope that you are not the one who pays the price, ultimately, for the fact that I can't help you enough. That's a kinder response than I deserve, and I can see there is wisdom in your words. Perhaps you can help me, and I will try to help you if I can. Hopefully this will all work out for the both of us, and for the sake of the mission.
Yes, what's on your mind? You got it.
How may I be of assistance to you? What is it? Of course.
Another vision. The Force is guiding us, helping us retrace the steps of Malak and his old master, leading us ever closer to the Star Forge. Kashyyyk is a lush but simple and undeveloped world. I would not have expected to find the alien technology of a star map here. The Wookiees of Kashyyyk make their home high among the Rosha branches. Only their bravest warriors dare to descend into the forbidding depths of the forest. If the star map is located far beneath us on the planet's surface, as our vision seems to suggest, it's unlikely the Wookiees even know of its existence. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
How can I help?
Then I suggest we move on.
Yes, what's on your mind? To think that I once looked up to these two as the best that humanity had to offer. Now I'd like nothing more than to put a blaster to both their heads. Although I suppose that only Malik is left, isn't he? Turned on his own master. Not that Revan didn't have it coming. Typical for their kind, I guess. No, not personally. They aided the Republic during the Mandalorian Wars. They were heroes. Without them, the Mandalorians would have finished us for certain. In the fleet, we didn't see much of the Jedi, and I only met Malik once, but I was impressed by him. I guess that just shows how much the dark side can change someone. Nobody does. When they left after the Mandalorian Wars ended, they were Jedi. When they returned, they were something else. Well, when they returned from wherever they went, they had an entire fleet with them. Nobody knows where they got the ships. They had a lot of them. And as the years have passed, there always seems to be more and more, while our forces dwindle. Did they really get away with it, though? Revan was betrayed by Malik, and Malik hasn't won. In the end, the dark side won't help him. I used to think that it was a fancy name for something that I see every day. Corruption is everywhere. People are greedy and stupid and do horrible things. I'm starting to think it's different for the Jedi, however. That there's this evil watching them, waiting for its chance. You have so much courage and strength in you, yet somehow I have no trouble imagining it differently, like the flip side of a coin. It's not just you, it's Bastila as well. She's so intense. And I don't pretend to know much about the Force, but I know evil. No, of course not. All I'm saying is that when you have so much power, the stakes are higher. I can only imagine the kind of conflict that goes on inside you. Well, neither you nor Bastila are fully trained on how to handle your power. I'm just concerned at what might come. Oh, and that's not what I wouldn't want to see you hurt, either of you. I suppose finding the star maps is more important than your training and your safety. I just hope there isn't a price for you to pay. Yes, what's on your mind? Kashyyyk is covered by a giant forest, I hear. Trees kilometers high. The Wookiees live in the higher branches, I think. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate. You got it.
How can I help? I can try. Then I suggest we move on.
How may I be of assistance to you? What is it? Of course.
Yeah, what do you want? It has big trees, in case your eyes don't work anymore. But I do know that there is one exceptional race on this world. The Wookiees. The Wookiees, although primitive compared to us, are surprisingly capable warriors. They're strong and pick up combat techniques pretty quickly. I think they're more than a match for the average Republic or Sith trooper. When we were looking for targets, we considered this world carefully. We were wondering if we'd have to use larger weapons than our war droids if we wanted to clear the damn forest so we could fight in the open. Too many trees means they can go into hiding too easy. And what's a continent or two turned to glass if we get the whole world after? Do you have anything else you want to ask? Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a strength-boosting stimulant to help you get stronger. There anything else you need? Here's a speed-boosting stimulant to help you get quicker. There anything else you need? Here's a strength-boosting There anything else? Here's a strength... There any... Here's a... There... Here's a... There... Here's... There anything else you need? Hey, don't worry. I think you've got enough there as it is. You don't want to overload yourself on stims. Otherwise, you might destroy your adrenal system. A real warrior knows his own limits and doesn't overestimate himself. There anything else you need? Your choice.
Hey there. Well, I know Zalbar's from Kashyyyk, but he never liked to talk about it. He wouldn't even tell me why he left. I don't think the Wookiees like outsiders much. Sorry I can't be more help, you know? Okay.
Yikukuno noba mulera tikun. Tong hit kun chonching. Jedabadawana ni dibobo. Tong nabungsha nununya. Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Ta kumjus takmiki grabelmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank. Kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pamulera. Tong haitwam jiji jumplumpa. Nita poe tikito. Runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching ta kumjus takmiki grabelmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank. Kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pamulera chikun. Runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pamulera chikun. Runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno. Achuta. Wonga kun pistolpi.
Maybe we should have brought the Wookiee out. This place looks untamed.
Are you afraid of the wild, Mandalore? Are you a coward?
Mandalorians are not cowards. We're just practical.
How may I be of assistance to you? I have heard of this world, Kashyyyk. It is a place of giant trees that have overgrown the entire world, blanketing it in greenery. But while it is beautiful to behold at times, it can also be quite deadly. Many creatures and predators lurk in the leaves and branches, some small, some undoubtedly quite large. I have heard that the bottom layers of the trees have never been seen by a living being who returned to tell of it, and that traveling there is certain death. I do not envy any who go there. It is most odd that Revan came here, but perhaps in the vast canopy of one of these trees, we may find another piece of the star map. I have heard of no indigenous race that inhabits this world, but I must profess my ignorance, since I have only heard its name in passing. How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan? I am wary of the Mandalorian. I do not trust him. I have never trusted Mandalorians. They drove my parents from Kotor, aided the Sith, and attacked the Republic. Their warped notions of honor may provoke them to do even more heinous acts. I do not know why you tolerate his presence on your ship. In truth, he has had some merit so far, but I am not certain it is worth the risk you take. His kind may prove to be a danger to the galaxy again, but this man himself has proven acceptable so far. Merely keep your distance from him and watch him so that he does not betray us. Speak to him? No. Mandalorians are vicious of temper and easily provoked. I would not want to tempt his wrath. I am sorry. It is just that I cannot stand to be around him for very long. I suppose I do not really dislike him. It is just... The Mandalorians came and overran my world. They slaughtered my race. I cannot forget what they have done, or forgive. I can take care of myself. I do not need you to patronize me. But I thank you for your kind words. It is hard being alone all the time. To be accepted and welcomed is flattering. This simmering anger and hatred for the Mandalores seems to have found a place in my heart, though. Sometimes I worry. But still, it eats away at me. I worry that I may yet again fall and endanger everything I hold dear, if that time does come. And if I do, threaten our task, it is only right that you should strike me down. Should that time come again, I would rather no one else do it than the one who redeemed me in the first place. But we are becoming too morbid, too soon. We should not talk like this now. There is much yet we can do, but we shall talk later, I am sure.
Greetings to you. Something I can get for you?
Kindly direct your inquiries to me. Matton is merely an indebted employee. His opinions don't amount to much. So, new spaces have come to Wild Kashyyyk. Please, look well upon the wares of Eli Gand. I live to serve your needs.
Just be sure to pay cash. The interest on his loans will drain you like a diluvian fatworm on a hut's backside.
First off, huts are all backside. Secondly, I don't much like the comparison. No need to get personal. It's just business. Poor fellow. He's been waiting for his friends to return with my money for a standard month now. But you don't need to hear this. What can I get you? Enslave? I resent that. Simply fair business. This man's fellows left without settling their debts, so he must make up the difference.
I know, it's standard trading rules. I just want to know where my crew went. I was only gone for 2 days. This isn't like them.
Yes, very sad that they would abandon you, especially while you were doing me a favor and helping repair one of my freighters. You think you know someone, and they turn out to be a cheat. Oh, not like you, Matton. You honor your deals. A word is a bond in trade. Oh, it isn't about the amount. After all, as a skilled mechanic, Matton is worth much more than what is owed, especially on this remote planet.
Oh, you flatter me, Eli. I guess we're best buddies now.
As I was saying, it's a matter of principle. I'm nothing if not honest in my dealings, and I demand the same. He'll be free to go when his friends turn up and the debt is paid. I honor my deals. Let no one say otherwise.
Thanks, but no thanks. No offense, but there's no point in exchanging debt to Eli with debt to you.
Besides, he is a hard worker. I'd prefer to keep him. It happens from time to time. Credits are scarce out here. And not everyone is as honest as Mr. Daisel here.
You'll get your money. My crew will be back.
Of course they will. Until then, however, I can make use of you as a mechanic. Very rare to find skills of your kind out here. Of course. I'm here to serve. Of course. You're in a hurry.
Our work here could be very important if any effort was put into it.
Welcome to Adia. I trust you will find our facilities pass inspection. Zerka Corporation is very efficient. Please take any inquiries you have to Director Janos. I must continue my work. I'm conducting experiments on various samples of indigenous plant life. There may be untapped pharmaceutical resources here. Of course, that will take some time, and the Wookiees are a more immediate source of income. Please, I must return to my work. Farewell.
I do my job and keep my mouth shut. Maybe I can do some good if I stay out of people's way.
Karth Onesi, is that you?
Jordo?
It is you, isn't it? I knew it when I laid eyes on you. You old space dog. How have you been? I thought for sure you'd be fighting on some ship out there.
I was. I crashed.
That's pretty rich. I can't imagine what it would take to keep you on the ground. Must have something to do with your pretty friend here, hey? How do you do, miss?
So what are you doing here, Jordo? Last time I saw you was on, well, Telos, actually.
Yeah, it's a shame about home. Telos still hasn't recovered. The family and I moved on, and I'm working for Zerka now. I didn't see you after... what I mean is, my condolences on your wife. I heard what happened. At least your boy made it through all right.
My boy? You mean Dustle?
Yes, of course. I saw him at my last stop on Korriban, though he didn't recognize me. You didn't know he was there?
No. Jordo, Dustel's been missing since the attack on Telos. Are you absolutely certain it was him?
Yeah, I'd recognize Dustil anywhere. Positive. He's joined the Sith, Garth.
What do you mean he's joined the Sith?
There's an academy for the Sith on Korriban. He's a student there. I saw him suited up in their outfit and everything. Sorry, I thought you knew.
No, I didn't. Well, thanks for telling me, Jordo.
Sure, no problem. Good to see you again, Garth. Hope everything works out with Dustil.
Dustil? Dustil is alive. We have to go to the Korriban Academy and find him. Thank you. I just have to see him. I have to know what happened to him. All this time I thought he was... he must be a man by now.
Garth, you fought in the Mandalorian Wars, didn't you? We may have faced each other in combat. What battles were you in?
I try not to think about my past battles too much. The horrors of war are something I'd rather not relive.
The horrors of war? My people know only the glory of battle. I'm disappointed in you, Garth. I thought a warrior like you would understand.
I'm not a warrior. I'm a soldier. There's a difference. Warriors attack and conquer. They prey on the weak. Soldiers defend and protect the innocent. Mostly from warriors.
Nice speech. I bet you tell yourself that every night so you can sleep. But I accept who and what I am. I don't have to justify it with words. Victory in battle is my justification.
Justification through victory. So what happens when you lose? You know, like you did against us.
You had us outnumbered 5-1. You had more ships, more troops, more supplies, and the Jedi on your side. And we still made the Republic tremble before we fell.
Nice speech. I bet you tell yourself that every night so you can sleep. I don't want to talk about this anymore, Canderous. The war is over. You lost.
Yeah, what do you want? This thing with Joggy, is there something else you wanted? Your choice.
What do you need? Talk about what? The only thing I want to do right now is find Dustil. If he's alive, there's just nothing else I want to think about. I'll understand if we can't look for him right now, but if we could, it would be a huge load off my mind.
Hold here, Spacer. Zerka Corporation doesn't recommend traveling in Wild Adean. Katarn attacks are especially bad right now. Wookiee hunters usually keep numbers down, but I think they leave certain areas infested, just hoping a Zerka guard will get killed. I won't stop you, but you leave this area at your own risk. We're here to protect the company, not you.
I'm not paid to talk. Take it to the captain of the stiffs in the office.
This place is wild and untamed. It stirs the blood and makes one feel alive. It is a shame the Wookiee is not here with us. I have no doubt he would feel the same way.
I'm here.
Yes?
I'm here.
This isn't good. I can't afford this. You think I can? Do you know what they get for a healthy one of those things?
We'll work it out later. We've got company. What do you want, Spacer? I'm Patrol Captain Deno, and you're interrupting Zerka Corporation business. This Wookiee slave got a little rebellious. We had to put it down.
You murdered him.
That's right. We had to do it, and it shouldn't come out of our pay.
Just shut up, you trigger-happy idiot. Of course they don't. Why would you ask me that? You're doing some sort of snap inspection? You're trying to get me to admit to incompetence, aren't you? Not going to happen. I stand by my patrol. This Wookiee got out of hand and had to be put down. We'll find another easy enough. Is that a joke? Who do you think you are? What? Blasters ready, men. This fool wants to die.
That is what a Jedi can do. That is what a Jedi can do. There.
You cannot win.
Your wish? Now that must have hurt. There, take that. Yes, I'm here. What is it?
I'm here.
What? What is it?
Yes?
Hmm?